What is missing from homemade dog food? Homemade dog food can be amazing if you know how to make it correctly. The problem is most online recipes are woefully incomplete. In fact, some studies show that over 90%, sometimes as high as 95, pretty high, are actually nutritionally incomplete and can be dangerous, especially for senior dogs. So what's missing? Why don't we tell everybody what's missing so they can make good, healthy homemade dog food? Ready? What's number one? Omega-3s. Dogs cannot make omega-3s on their own. EPA and DHA, it has to be taken in through food or through supplements. And these are critical for their kidneys, heart, their skin, their brain, their joints. It's also critical in generating new stem cells and new healthy mitochondria. Problem is most recipes skip this completely. They rely, most recipes, and this is gonna be a theme, online you find, are just heavily reliant on chicken or turkey or beef with rice and maybe potatoes. This leaves so much out of the diet. Biggest thing it leaves out, omega-3 fatty acids. Any homemade diet, and even if your dog is eating commercial food, they need omega-3 fatty acids. From where? Either a supplement, a high EPA or DHA, or a cod liver oil, or they need to be fed sardines, salmon, and fish foods. Probably easiest to do it through supplements, and your homemade diet needs to take this into account because it is hypercritical for senior dogs. What about the second big problem? What else is missing? Number two, it's missing calcium and key minerals. Now, in the example we gave earlier with turkey, chicken, or beef and rice, it absolutely skips the calcium, and this leads to bone loss. Dogs need calcium, and a lot more than we do, and they need calcium and phosphorus in the correct ratio. Now again, if you're feeding a limited ingredient diet, you're going to miss out on the calcium. Tough to get enough for dogs through whole food sources, and the last thing you want is for your senior dog to be experiencing bone loss and bone weakness. There are several natural, super cheap sources of calcium supplementally. You can get ground eggshell powder. It is super cheap and will give them the calcium and the phosphorus they need in the correct ratios. The only caveat there is if your dog has CKD or any kind of kidney problems, you need to be careful with the phosphorus. If you're not sure what to do, what should they do? Email us, right? Obviously. What about number three? What is one of the most common mistakes people make with homemade dog food? They don't take into account the collagen for joint support, for gut health, and again, collagen helps form scaffolding for new stem cell growth. Limited food diets just do not get this done. If you want your dog to live longer, you need to make sure their gut health is optimized. And guess what? Without collagen, that's gonna be really difficult. And you don't need expensive supplements for this, you just gotta give them the right foods. What is number four? Number four, it's missing vitamins and trace minerals like zinc, copper, iodine, and manganese. They're just completely ignored. Leads to weak coat, poor thyroid, it messes up their immune system. Again, you can go supplementally, but you can achieve this. You can get them everything they need through whole food sources if you know what you're doing, right? Number five, what's number five? Number five, our old enemy. The old enemy of the senior and the adult dog. Too many carbohydrates. Recipes are always loaded with rice, potatoes, and lentils. Now, adult dogs, and especially senior dogs, do not need that many carbs. They are highly inflammatory and can cause easy, unnecessary weight gain. Remember, dogs who are at their ideal weight or 1% below can live 1 to 3 years longer. Homemade dog food should be highly anti-inflammatory, so taking the carbs away is the first step to getting rid of a lot of that excess inflammation. So you already told everybody what's missing from homemade dog food. How do they get it? How do they know how to make good dog food? What do they gotta do? Right, exactly. Look in the first comment and there's a link to our healthy homemade dog food guide for beginners. Yes, it's free. I already said it was free. What are you doing? And yes, we'll actually send it to them. All they gotta do is click the link and they can get the guide for free. What do we think of people who promise things and then don't actually send it?
I find your lack of faith disturbing.